Hi there, Gemini, and welcome back to Star Lotus Tarot. This is your tarot forecast for the month of September 2019. I went ahead, shuffled the cards, laid them all out, see what's going on for my Geminis. First up, we have the Two of Swords in the upright position, followed then by Major Arcana Judgment in the upright. And next we have the Five of Swords in the upright, followed then by Major Arcana Temperance reversed. And next we have the Six of Pentacles in the upright, followed then by the Queen of Swords upright. Next we have Major Arcana, the Emperor in reverse, followed then by Major Arcana, the Hermit reversed. And next we have the Eight of Wands in the upright, followed then by Major Arcana, the Lovers in the upright. You've got a few Major Arcana here. Could be an intense week, Gemini. Okay, so for your overall energy, you have that of the Two Swords in the upright position. This mainly points to trying to make a decision. Wow, it's decision time in September for Gemini. The Two of Swords can be a bit of a tough call because this is where we're trying to decide to go right or to go left. But a lot of times the stalemate comes in because we feel that we don't have enough information, or we're not 100% sure that we can trust the information that we have, or we can trust our own gut feeling about something. That's where the indecision comes from. What's crossing you, interestingly enough, is Major Arcana Judgment in the upright position. This could be what's causing the indecision because there's a need to make a judgment call on something. Now, Gemini, sometimes the judgment call is about the past resurrecting again. It could be a situation from the past that comes back around for you to take another look at it. For some of you, this could be, family member, a friend, could be an old relationship that returns again. Now, we don't have to accept it. Sometimes the person comes around, say if it was an ex and they come around again. This is for us to decide whether or not, because we do have free will, whether or not we want to pick up this relationship again, or maybe just have some closure on it. Just sort of say thank you very much for coming back, but in my heart of hearts, I know this is not for me, and say goodbye and just sort of close that chapter. But sometimes we want to open that door again. So it just depends on your own unique and individual situation, Gemini. And this doesn't necessarily have to be an ex, although it can be. This can represent a situation of friendship, or a situation from the past, a work situation or a career situation, just returning again. So, I really wish you the best of luck with making this decision, Gemini. And in your past, this is something that could have happened, say, a couple weeks ago, a couple months ago. We do have the Five of Swords here in the upright position, which points to a conflict. This is known as the Empty Victory card. This could be where we win the battle, but then lose the war, in the sense that we may have had a fight with our best friend or a falling out with somebody very close, and now we won the battle, but the war that we lost is that person from our life. So, and the Five of Swords oftentimes too can represent inner conflict, an inner battle that was going on within you, Gemini. And I can certainly see where this indecision is coming from, if that is, your recent history with a situation or person. Now, coming out of the month of August, moving into September, we do have the Sagittarius card here, Temperance in the reverse. The Temperance in the upright is all about beautiful healing energy and cooperation, and mixing and blending things together and having it work out well. When the card is inverted, however, there could be a lack of cooperation, a lack of blending, and a lack of healing coming into the month. Looks like could be a little bit of a struggle. It looks like you're dealing with something, perhaps even internally, coming into the month of September. But then that energy gives way in the early part of September to the Queen of Swords in the upright position. Aries had this card in the exact same position. Maybe some of you are dealing with an Aries. The Queen of Swords in the upright is incredible energy, because I do like the Queen of Swords in the respect that this person, you know, lays it on the line. This is a court card, so it could be representing a person. This is air energy, that of Gemini, like yourself, Libra, Aquarius. So you could be dealing with another air sign, but this could definitely just be you stepping into your power to speak your truth, Gemini. This is you just sort of cutting through the nonsense. That's what I do like about the Queen of Swords. She doesn't mince her words. She speaks primarily from logic. She leaves emotion out of it, just like her counterpart. And you know, but there's a certain level of cutting through the BS, and the truth comes out, and it looks like that's what you need in order to be able to make this decision. You need some truth and some clarity here. So it could be you having a clarifying conversation with someone, in this person perhaps that you were in conflict with, or it could be that someone else is starting up this conversation with you. Now, around the middle of the month, we do have the lovely energies of the Six of Pentacles in the upright. Very fair, balanced, equal energy. This is equal work for equal pay. Good news on the job front. If some of you just perhaps are going into the workforce for the first time, or even if you just landed a new job, this could be very good news on that front. For others of you, if a relationship fell out of balance, could be fairness and balance returns to the relationship. This can also point to generosity. So if some of you are looking to obtain a loan from someone in your environment or even the bank, it could be there's a big yes there for you. Now, this is how you could be feeling internally in the month of September. We do have Major Arcana, the Emperor, in the reverse position. The Emperor is ruled by Mars, so it does govern the signs of Aries and Scorpio. So again, you know, Aries did get this in their reading, so perhaps you are dealing with, some of you could be dealing with an Aries. But if you're not, the Emperor in reverse, this is you internally, not necessarily the face you're showing to the world. The Emperor in reverse feels like he's lost control of something. So it could be for some of you, Gemini, maybe you feel that you've lost control on the emotional front. Maybe you don't feel like yourself. You're not used to being in such turmoil or indecision about a situation on the emotional front. For others of you, you could be feeling like you've lost control of your finances, or just lost control of a situation. There could be an element of feeling a little bit out of your element, basically, in the month of September, where you're just sort of feeling like you're a little bit, you know, off kilter. You're not in control of a situation, or perhaps for some of you, it's that you feel the other person is in control, and that's why you can't make the decision. Now, your people environment, we do have the Virgo card here, the Hermit in the reverse position. In the upright position, this is somebody who goes within to try and do some research, or just to have some solitary time. But when it's inverted like this is where we're coming out of that energy and returning back into action. So it could be for some of you, this is how people are viewing you. But for others of you, this could be how someone in your environment has been, maybe the person in question here that there was conflict with. Maybe this person has been sort of acting like the hermit and just been staying out of sight for a while. And now the person in the month of September is sort of popped back on the scene again. And your hopes and fears position, we do have the Eight of Wands in the upright. Eight of Wands is all about fast communication, getting, you know, communication coming and going very quickly. The Eight of Wands can also point to sometimes sudden travel. So perhaps, you know, you're hoping maybe to take a trip or do some impromptu traveling. Could be hoping to get messages from a certain person, because now this person is returned to action. So maybe you're hoping there'll be communication, you know, starting to start up again. So interesting, you leave the month with the Gemini card here, the Lovers in the upright position. Choice, decision. A big decision comes at the end of the month. This looks like the crescendo to the month. It definitely is an intense month. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 major arcana here, and these are, you know, pretty big cards and pointing to so much need to make a choice or a decision. So you leave the month of September with the Lovers sort of hanging over your head. What are you going to do? It's a little bit of a cliffhanger, isn't it, Gemini? What are you going to do? In the Lovers, we do have the choice or the option. We always have we can choose to love, we can choose not to love. We can choose to take a partnership or relationship to the next level. We can choose to downgrade it and bring it down a notch. We can choose between two people. Sometimes the Lovers is about choosing between two partners. You know, so that choice could be looming pretty heavy at the end of the month. And for others of you, this could just be a choice about a business partner. It's not always just about love. So that is your reading, Gemini. Interesting reading, very intense. You'll have to let me know in the comment section below if this is resonating for you and how. So I wish you all the best, Gemini, in this situation as it unfolds in September. Take care, and I will see you next time. If this video helped you, please feel free to like, share, and subscribe.